Good morning. Today we are going to learn a new topic which is known as method overriding. In the previous sessions we have learned method overloading, but today we are going to learn method overriding. Okay, can anyone say what do you mean by method overriding? Do anyone have an idea what do you mean by method overriding? See, method overriding is nothing but it is just similar to the pre-method name. Like, wait, I'll give an example here. Else I'll write it. Addition. Okay, I'll finish the class. Suppose we have a method which is called as add in the addition class. Okay, I'll explain here. Public void add method. Public void add. Okay, the same method which is present in the subclass of this. Like example, I can say public class subtraction extends addition. Okay, now I have written like this. In the subtraction class also, if I have a method called public void add, if I have this method like this, we are going to call it as a method overriding. Make sure that method overriding will be done in the two different classes. Okay, in the super class, we need to have one method. In the derived class, we are going to have another one method with the same name, with the same number of parameters if you have. Okay, like an example, if in the add method in the addition class, if you have int a, here also if you have int a, the data types which you should match. If it are matching, it's everything, it is same, then we are going to call it as a method overriding. Okay, is it clear what do you mean by method overriding? Method overriding in Java means it is just a subclass method which is overriding the superclass method. This is a subclass method which is overriding of this superclass method. Superclass is your addition for this method which is overriding in your subclass. This we are going to call it as an overriding. Is it clear for everyone? What do you mean by method overriding? Rakshita?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have understood, kindly post some messages in the chat box so that I'll get to know whether you have understood or not. What do you mean by method overriding? Make sure that method overriding in the sense we need to have two classes. In the subclass, we have to extract the method which is present in the superclass with the same method name with the same number of parameters. For that, we are going to call it as a method overriding. Is it clear for everyone?
Sir, how is it different from overloading, sir?
The number of parameters. Okay, the first one is the number of parameters. The second one is the overloading will be done in the only single class. Okay, Okay, if you want to overload, you have to overload in the single class. In the addition class only, you have to overload int A, comma, int B. For this, we are going to call it as an overload. In the same addition class only, we are going to write same signature name method, and but number of parameters will be changing, and the data types will be changing. Is it clear, Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you cannot write n number of methods in the subtraction class. For function, so method overloading in the single class only, you can write n number of methods with the same signature method, but different number of parameters should vary. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Still, do anyone have a doubts? Still, do anyone have a doubts? Okay. Now what I'll do here, in the addition class, first I'll declare here two variables, int A, comma, B. Okay, int A, comma, B. With the constructor class, I am going to initialize, sorry, with the constructor, I am going to initialize the values of A and B. So, addition. Here what I'll pass int A, comma, int B. So now can anyone say me through which keyword I can differentiate instance variables with local variables? I have to differentiate the instance variables. These are the instance variables.
This.
Yes. Using which keyword? Using this keyword, I am going to differentiate between the instance variables and the local variables. This dot A is equal to A. This dot B equal to B. Done. Save the code. That's it. So what I'm going to declare here, system dot out dot println here I am going to write sum of two numbers are plus, here I'll write it A plus B. That's it. It's done. Now the same addition method is done. Now what I'm going to do here in the source, again I'm going to create another one class, add class. Here I'll write it subtraction. Here I'll write it subtraction and I'll finish. Okay. Now what I have to do here, I have to extend the superclass. So extends, I'll extract addition class. Now it's done. So now what is coming to here, there is one rule, whenever you are extending your parent class, if you have a constructor in the parent class, must and should we need to have a constructor in the child class also. Once again, I'm repeating. Why we got an error here in the sense, you can check it out. There is a constructor in the parent class of subtraction. But whereas coming to the subtraction class, till now we have not yet created constructor. So once we have created a constructor, then we will remove the, we'll disclose this error. So now what I'll write it, public subtraction, and make sure that in the previous, in the parent class, you have parameterized a constructor. So we have to pass here also parameters in A, in B. Now it's done. And make sure that why we are getting an error here. Why? Because in the parent class, we have variables and we have to pass the variables here. So I'm going to call super A, comma B. Then you can check it out. The error has been cleared here. Okay. Is it clear for everyone? Now here I'm going to declare int C, comma D. Now C is equal to A and D is equal to B. Students, is it clear for everyone? Why we got a super? Students, have you understanding the concepts what I'm explaining? Hello students. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you people there in the class? Srinivas, are you understanding what I'm teaching? Have you understood why we got a super keyword here? Okay, fine. So now here what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add one method which is called public void add. Okay, you can check it out. This add method which is present in the addition class also. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, system dot out dot println sum of two numbers R colon plus C plus D. I'll give semicolon. Here I'll write another one statement, system dot out dot println I'm in derived class. Semicolon. Okay, now what is going to be happen? You can check it out. Whatever the structure I have here, the same structure I have. Okay, here I don't require here any parameters, so I'll change it. So here also I have the same method. Here also I have a same method. Now, when I save the code, now when I execute a tester class, if I create an object of subtraction, which method we are going to get execute? Here I'll check it out here. Source, new, class, tester, public static void main, finish it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an object for subtraction. S is equal to new subtraction. I'll pass 9 comma 7. 9 comma 7 and I'll give semicolon. And now I'll call s dot add and I'll save the code. Now, can anyone say me which class add method is going to be get executed? Which class?
So subtract.
Why can't go for addition? We also have a method called add in the addition class. Why can't execute add method which is present in the addition class? Okay, when I execute the statement, it will enter into the constructors. First, there is a super AB. It will jump to the addition, and here the values are initialized. Later, once the super is done, again there is an initialization of value subtraction class. It is done. Now it will come back to this 7th line. There is no any statement to execute. Now it will come back to the 8th line. So now it is clearly specifying s dot add. So it will jump to the subtraction. Here also have a method. Addition also have a method. But make sure that when you're executing the method overriding, it is going to take the latest class method. Okay, in the subtraction class only I have add method. So I'm going to access the add method which is present in the subtraction. Why? Because subtraction is the latest class which is going to be override the method of their parent class. Is it clear? Is it clear for everyone? Have you understood? See, when I call s dot add, as Janvi said, it is going to execute subtraction class. Okay, but don't confuse. Okay, I have created a subtraction class object, so it is accessing that. No, it is going to access the latest class method which has been overridden by the parent class method here. So it is going to access that method and it is going to be get executed that method. Is it clear for everyone? Do anyone have a doubts? Janvi, do anyone you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Have you understood the concept?
Yes, understood.
Is still anyone who are they who haven't understood the concept? Okay, when I execute the code, here you can check it out. I'm in derived class, sum of two numbers are 16. It is going to take the latest class method. Okay, this is called a method overriding. This is called it as a method overriding. Now, coming to the next concept, I'll create one class which is called as an abstract. Area program, I'll write it. I'll just finish it here. Okay. Now I'm going to explain for you a concept called abstract. Do anyone have an idea what do you mean by an abstraction? In the concepts of OOP, I have explained inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Abstraction is nothing but which is called as an abstract. Do anyone have an idea what do you mean by an abstract? Okay, when you don't have any future idea how to implement, but you have an idea, that's it. Like how to implement that particular project, you don't have details, but you have that some methods or some details. For that, we are going to create one method. Suppose example, if you don't know how to perform addition of three numbers. So what you'll do, first you create one method and you leave it. Okay, you don't want how to perform or you don't know how to implement the class, this method. Okay, abstract is nothing but just hiding the data, hiding the implementation part. How you have implemented it is least bothered, but make sure that in the future part, if you want to implement, you have to return some declaration. So example what I'm going to give here, if you don't know how to perform addition of three numbers, just you declare it and leave it. In the future cases, if you have got how to perform addition of three numbers, then you can extract this method and you can work on it. Just I'll show here one simple example. Here, class which is called as an area program. In this I have two variables. One is dim1 comma dim2, dimension 1 and dimension 2. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a constructor which is called as area program. And thus I'm going to create two variables, double x comma double y. That's area of program double x comma double y. dim1 is equal to x and dim2 is equal to y. Save the code. It's done. I have initialized. So now I don't know how to calculate the area. I don't know how to calculate the area. At the time, like example, what I'll do, double and area, open and close parenthesis. That's it. I don't have any idea how to perform like the area, calculation of area. So what you have to do at that time, just you have to declare a method. Before a declaration of method, you have to add one keyword which is called as an abstract. Okay. When you don't know how to perform the calculation of an area, then just you have to declare a method. Before declaration of method, you have to add one keyword which is called as an abstract. Is it clear? At this, till this point, is it clear for everyone? Students, I'm asking for you people, is it clear? Trupti?
Yes.
Prakriti BS?
Yes, sir.
If you
Yes,
have any
yes.
doubt, you can ask me. I'll explain for you once again. Okay, why I have had abstract in the sense, when you don't know any concept to implement, but in future you want to implement in the sense, just you have to write one method. In front of that method, you have to add a keyword which is called as an abstract. Okay, this is the first point. And the second point, you make sure that whenever you have abstract method in any class, that class also should be have an abstract keyword. Understood what I have said? Whenever you have an abstract methods in the class also should be make it as an abstract. This is the major 2 points you have to remember in the abstraction, where abstract is a keyword which is used to make class abstract. Okay, when you have a method abstract in the class, that class also it is going to be performed. You have to add an abstract keyword for that class also. Okay, now it is done. You don't know what to perform how to perform the calculation of area. Okay, let's move to the next level. I'm going to create another one class which is of called rectangle. Class rectangle. Just I'll finish it. Okay, here I'm going to implement some other parts. Okay, but when I'm extends an area of program, I have extended. Now here I'm going to write another one method, constructor rectangle of double A comma double B. That's it. Super A comma B. Why have written super A comma B in this sense? Obviously in the parent class we have a constructor. So in the child class also must and should we have to make use of a parameterized constructor. So I have made use of it. Okay, now it is done. Now in the code you can check it out. There is an error here. Why? Because you can say that the rectangle type must implement the inherited abstract method called area program.area. We have to implement that in this class. If you're not implementing in this class also, must and should you have to make this class also abstract. This class also you have to make abstract. Then only it will you'll lose an error. Otherwise the error will show. I'll remove this abstract keyword and you can check it out. Now you got an error here. In the rectangle place, you can check it out. There is a red line underlined for the rectangle. Okay. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll implement that area method in the rectangle class. So the return type is double and the function name is area, open and close parenthesis. That's it. Okay, now what I'll do, system dot out dot println rectangle area. So return dim1 into dim2. That's it. But I have already extracted the area program. So what all the methods which are present in the area program can be used in the rectangle class. So I'm using directly dim1 into dim2. Make sure that once I have implemented double area method, we have lost the error for the rectangle class. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll cut this. You can check it out now, you may get an error. Why? Because you have not implemented a area method which is present in the area program. Why? Because that area method which is of type abstract. So we can, so have done, I have lost the error. Now I'll save the code. Now I'll go for the tester class. Here again I'll change the code. So here I'll write it rectangle, pardon, rectangle r is equal to new rectangle. Here I'll pass the values. What I'll pass? I'll pass some 10 comma 5 and I'll give semicolon. That's it. So what I'll do here, double r dot, sorry, double s is equal to r dot. I'm going to call a method called area. I'll give semicolon now. So system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println area equal to plus, yes, that's it, and I'll give semicolon. Save the code. That's it. Is it clear for everyone? When I've created an rectangle object, so it will jump into this class, it will pick this double area and it will going to get executed. Okay. Where is tester class? Here it is, tester class. Once I run it, you can check it out. Rectangle area is equal to 50.0. It will jump to the rectangle area and here it is going to be get executed. Have you understood how the abstraction should be implemented in your programs? Students, have you understood how the abstract keyword should implement? Trupti?
Yes, sir. But can it for constructor?
Your voice is not audible. Trupti, you can ask me. I mean, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Trupti, are you there? No, you cannot use abstract keyword for constructors. Clear? Okay. You should use abstract keyword only for methods, and once you have made an abstract keyword for methods, automatically your class going to be get abstracted. Your class should also make an abstract. Okay. And make sure that if you have any abstract classes, you cannot create object. You cannot create object. I'll go for tester class. Here you can check it out here. What I'll do, area PGM is equal to new area EGM 10,3. Save the code. Once you have created an object for this, you cannot, if you want to create any object for abstract classes, you cannot create an object. You can check it out here. There is an red line underlined for area program here. There is an error. Why? Because it clearly says that there is an abstract method in your class. Go back to this class and implement that method, and just then you create an object for that class. Then it is going to create an object. It clearly says that cannot initiate the type area program. Why? Because it clearly specifies that there is an abstract method in your program. Go back to that particular program. And you implement this area. Then you come back to the tester class and then you can create object. Then I'm going to create an object physically in the memory, it says. Understood? Is it clear for everyone? Do anyone have a doubts? Ananya, Anusha N, Anusha J. Do anyone have a doubts? Bhavna, Bharat, GT Mohan, okay. Hope everyone have understood method overriding concept and abstraction concept. Okay. Now I'll jump to the another one concept which is called as final keyword. Till now we have learned static keyword, this keyword and super keyword. Today we are going to come up with a new keyword which is called as final keyword. Okay. Okay, now I'll create another one class which is of bike and I'll finish. Okay. Do anyone say that if I want to make any variable value constant, what is the keyword we are going to use in the C++? In the C++, if I want to make constant value, it should not change throughout your program. What is the keyword we were applying? Even in the C also we have that keyword. In C++ also we have that keyword. See, I have int a is equal to 5. Okay, in the complete byte code, a should not get updated. Like example, a is equal to 7. After performing some operations, it should not come up with a is equal to 7. It should not update a is equal to 7. It should be a is equal to 5 only. What is the keyword we were using in the C++ and C? Exactly, Ayush Kumar, it is correct. Prakriti, it's correct. We were using const keyword. We were using const keyword to make that particular variable value constant throughout the program. Whereas coming to the final keyword, it is very similar to that. Once we have assigned a variable, like example double, G is equal to 10. I want to make this G value constant throughout the byte program and inherited concepts. At that time, you have to make it as a final. So when you have applied a final keyword for that particular variable, then that will be made it as a constant variable, and we are not going to be changed throughout the program. Like example, if you have used a final keyword in the bike class, it is not going to be changed in the bike class, as well as of if you inherited this bike class, at that class also we are not going to change the value of variable g. Okay. Next, for what all the concepts I can apply the final keyword? For what all the concepts I can apply the final keyword? You can apply for variable, you can apply for method, you can apply for class. Understood? You can apply the final keyword to three concepts. One is for variable, another one is for method, another one is for class. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll apply the concept final keyword for variable. There is a public class bike. What I'll do here, final int speed limit is equal to 90. That's it. Have made it as a constant. Final int speed limit is equal to 90. Void run. Here what I'll do, speed limit is equal to, I'll do 120, and I'll save the code. Is it clear for everyone? Once I've made a final keyword, so once I apply final keyword for the variables, and you cannot update the value which is assigned to that particular variable. I have a speed limit here, variable. I'm updating the value for 90 to 120. You can check it out. There is an error here. There is an error. The final field bike.speed limit cannot be assigned. Why? Because it is final. It is constant. You cannot change the value. Here I'm changing, but even though I'm getting an error, so I cannot move for the further steps. Have you understood how to apply final keyword for your variables? Students, is it clear? Okay. Now what I'm going to do, as we have a error here, we cannot further go for any other steps. Even we execute also, we will show the error. Why? Because it clearly specifies that you have made speed limit as a final and you cannot update the value. Why? Because it is constant for that particular speed limit. So if I remove this final, you can check it out. Whatever error I have here, it will go. Control X. Now you can check it out. There is no any error here. Why? Because you can change how many times you require, that many number of times. So when I made it as a final, I cannot change. That's it. Okay, this is the first one for variable. Okay, next, if you make final for any method, you cannot override that method. Okay, final for method. Once you applied final keyword for method, you can't override that method. You cannot override that method in subclass. Now I'll show that also for you people. What I'll do here, I'll remove this. Just what I'll do here, I'll add public void run. I'll apply here final keyword. Final public void run. What I'll do here, system.out. out dot println running, and I'll give semicolon. That's it. And save this code. Just you save the code. Now what I'll do, I'll go back to this. I'll create another one class which is of Honda. Class Honda. Okay. Now here I'll finish. What I'll do here, I'll extend the class. Extends bike. I can extend bike. What I'll do here, public void run. Okay. You can check it out. Once I run public void run, automatically I have got an error here. You can check it out. There is a red color underlined here. And at the fourth line, you can check it out. There is a small red color into mark. Okay, it is clearly indicating that you have made this method in your parent class final. In this class, you cannot override. It is clearly specifying. When I place cursor on this, it says that remove final modifier for bike.run. Then only you can override. Otherwise, you cannot override, it says. You cannot override the final method from bike class. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, even though I'll execute and I'll show for you system.out.println Honda running. I'll save the code. Now I'll come back to the tester class. Okay, here I'll create one Honda. H is equal to new Honda and close. H dot run. Okay, I'll save the code. When I run it, it is going to show the compile time error. It is your compile time error. Honda overrides final method bike.run. So it is not going to be run that particular method. Have you understood? When we made final as a method, you cannot override. Students, have you understood? Is it clear for everyone? Hope everyone have understood the concept final keyword, like applying for variable and applying for method. Still, do anyone have a doubts? How to apply final keyword for variables and methods? Okay. Now we'll jump to the class. How to apply final keyword for class? Okay, I have a bike here. I'll remove this. Okay, I have a bike.java class. Now what I'm going to do here, I'll remove this method. Just I'll make the class as a final. Okay, just that particular class, when I make it as a final, you cannot create. Okay. When we make a final keyword for the class, you cannot inherit that particular class. Understood? You cannot inherit that class. Final public class bike, public void run, whatever it is there, that is done. So now what I'll go for Honda, I can extend bike. I'm extending bike. It shows an error here. Why? Because I have made class as a final. Once I have made class as a final, you cannot extend that particular class for the any other classes. Here you will check remove final modifier for bike. Here you have an error. That same error will be type Honda can't not subclass the final class bike. Understood? When we make a final keyword for the classes, you cannot inherit that particular class. Students, have you understood? Is it clear? I need a response from you people, students. Okay. Then fine. Hope everyone have understood how to override the method, how to apply final keyword to variables, methods, and classes, and how to make use of abstract keyword. When I apply abstract keyword for methods, the class should also be make it as an abstract. Okay, these are the things you have to remember in your mind. When I make final for the variable, I cannot change the value of that variable. Next, okay, another one thing I'll show for you people. Here, when I make it as an final for you, when I make final int d, okay, it cannot be done like this. Must ensure you have to assign a value for that particular d when you make it as a final. Until you assign a value for that particular variable d, which you made it as a final, it won't remove that error. See, there is an error here. Here there is an error. Okay, so when I assign any value here like 90, then the error will get lost. Okay, clear. Hope everyone have understood. We'll wind up here and we'll continue in the next class. And make sure that poll will be